Hey y'all, I'm Shayna and I'm back with another review. This is for Bel-Air Season 2, Episode 4. Yeah, I don't have no notes. Like, I just finished watching the episode. I just jumped up and I'm like, we gonna talk about it. Because if I don't talk about it now, it ain't gonna get talked about, okay? But I've been wanting to talk about it for a while. So here we are. We're gonna talk about this episode. I've watched all the last season. I watched up until this point. So if you watch, definitely check out the review. I'm sorry if I sound congested or if I'm coughing. It's been about a week, y'all, since I had this cold. So hopefully it will run its course real soon because I'm tired. Sick and tired of being sick and tired, okay? If you've been here before and you haven't checked out my other content, please do so and don't hesitate to subscribe. I'm almost at 400 subscribers. I need your help. It's free 99. Hit the subscribe button. Do something nice for me on today if you wish. I appreciate it. And let's go ahead and jump into it. The main topic of discussion here was Will getting suspended because of the Black Lives Matter protests. They wanted to do the blackout, aka the walkout. So we know, if you watch the season up to this point, Ashley's teacher, Miss Hughes, who's the original Ashley from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, she was, giving her books to read and kind of, going off the curriculum, teaching the students things, especially really kind of pouring more into the black students because there's only a few there. So she got let go. She was fired. Ashley feels like it's her fault. Everybody loves Miss Hughes. They want to do something about it. The BSU, the black students of the school, they came together. Carlton was like, we need to do something about it. We should protest. He having second thoughts because he getting nominated for all types of stuff. And, the one teacher was talking him out of it. And so when it came time for the protest, they wanted to do a silent protest. Will wasn't with it. The girl that Carlton liked, who's like the principal or the leader of the BSU committee, she was like, we still need to go ahead. You give your speech. We still, have something to stand for. We still want to do what we came to do. But we know Carlton suffers from anxiety. So that's going to be heavy in this episode. He had a panic attack. I don't think he didn't want to do it anyway. And I knew it was going to happen because y'all know when they went to the church last season and he was supposed to sing in front of all those people, he also had a panic attack. So public speaking is just, unless he's, medicated up, it gets to him. He don't like all that attention on him. And that's understandable. A lot of people don't. So, that's why this is such a heavily discussed topic. So, he had the panic attack. Will took the Black Teachers Matter sign. He ran up to the roof, dropped the sign. Of course, he got suspended for it because he's the only one that did something about it. He's the only one that followed through. He got suspended. And he's off the basketball team indefinitely. And that is what I was fearful of. I was like, man, he might miss the game and they might not win and go to the championship. But now he's off the team. Without him, we know they ain't making it. But this is about his basketball career. He was just starting to step up. Him and the coach was butting heads. But, he was proving himself to that recruiter, Doc, who Uncle Phil is suspicious of, and so are we. So he got suspended, but he's like, I feel like nobody gets me here. But they walk out into the hallway, and everybody, all the students is cheering for him. But that teacher who was trying to talk Carlton out of the protest, she was like, yeah, you got nominated. And the girl he liked, I think her name's Jasmine, she overheard it. She was like, well, this is what, later on, this is what this was about. So you didn't want to say anything for your own selfish reasons. This was about you. You was for yourself. Like, you didn't want to say anything because you wanted to get all these nominations and whatnot. And he's like, that's not it. She didn't want to hear it. She disgusted with him at this point because she like stand something or fall for anything type of thing. So she wasn't feeling it at all. But sis, you didn't want to get suspended either. Will was the only one who ran up there and really did something. That's why he the only one that's suspended. So, but it's all right. So Will sitting around the house, he talking to Viv, telling her like, look, Uncle Phil don't want to talk to Doc. He don't care about my future. I thought he was going to start caring about me. Like, when is that going to happen? Uncle Phil he getting the vibe. He know that this guy is suspect. Like, and he is. So, I'm ready to see how this is going to turn out. And I hope it turns out in Will's favor because I feel like he can't catch a break. Every time something going good, something else happened. But surprisingly, Aunt Viv went behind Uncle Phil's back and talked to Doc. And, she got him to call Will and convince him to come down there. And so they did. Um, they went down there to see him, to talk about the AAU. AAU is very popular. That's where, the real players play. The real players play with the AAU. Travel AAU, it's a whole thing. It's expensive. It's time consuming for the parents. And if I'm going to sign you up, you better be playing for real, okay? So my son plays. I'm like, you want to play AAU? You better be playing, dribbling that ball every day, okay? So he looking at the contract and he like, you trying to basically own Will. You want all this profit off of him. You want me to pay these monthly fees. Like, you just want, basically you just want all this money. Like, mm-mm. And Doc was like, oh, he mentioned that his wife came to see him. He said, what? So Uncle Phil, he tired because he like, wait a minute. Like, first it was Geoffrey. Geoffrey was in his office earlier that day trying to like log into his system and stuff, and the passwords was changed. So he like, Geoffrey lurking around, looking like, he don't want to be here. I don't know if I can trust him anymore. I mean, the way you talk to Geoffrey was crazy. Like Geoffrey said, it's gonna take time because you talking to him like he's an employee, and you're not the one who's not with your son. That's Geoffrey. Geoffrey's the one who's not with his son. So you don't get to tell him how he should feel about it, whether it made sense or not, whatever the reason was. I hope he gets reunited with his child. So yeah, Geoffrey feels kind of way. He come back, passwords and stuff has changed, but Geoffrey still did have his back because he like this law firm. They having meetings without you, secret meetings that you don't know nothing about. So he still is looking out for him. He need, instead of looking at the law firm, he need to be looking into that guy Doc. But he like, this guy is a suspect, the law firm, you going behind my back, Geoffrey. I don't know who to trust. Listen, you just never know. Aunt Viv, she just want the best for Will. She don't want him to be out there hurting, She sees something in him. And they all do. That's why they want him back in the house. So I hope that, Geoffrey looks into this Doc character, though. That is needed. But Will, he got the blinders on right now. He ain't thinking nothing of it. And that little niece of his, Doc's niece, he was dancing with her at the club and stuff, and then come to find out that's his niece. And I knew he was using her, like, PIMPIN her out to Will, because now she calling. He like, because at the end he was like, well, what you did worked. Like, you put it on him, and now here he is. And I'm like, she was looking like she didn't feel good about it because she really starting to like him. And I'm like, not you using your niece to get these basketball players for some money. Oh my gosh, what? I guess. But just, I'm back to Geoffrey. I love me some Geoffrey, but something was in his eyes like he was, not all the way there. Michael Ealy, Viv got something to say to him. He been avoiding her, and she like, look, this my art, this my time to shine. So let him know I'm done. I'm waiting for him to pop back up too, because he seemed like he is problematic. So who else we got? So Carlton, they had a BSU, the Black Students Committee or whatever. They wanted to have a party at the bowling alley. This is before Carlton told everybody about his anxiety and his issues with mental health and whatnot. So he's there because he loved to bowl. He got a personal bowling ball, bowling shoes. Like, this is what he do. This is, this is his lane. No pun intended. So he helping Will learn how to bowl, and he's having a good time. But Will get a text from the girl, Jackie, the niece. So he like, I'm about to dip. Like, do you mind? And Carlton was like, no, I'm good. So he tried to talk to Yasmin, and she didn't want nothing to do with him. Her and her girls was like, yeah, girl, forget him. He's a sellout. So then we know Lisa, this guy that's been on her. He been on her all episode. He's stuck to her hip. He been trying to get with her, but she wouldn't give him the time of day. Finally, she's single, and he feeling like he had a chance. He the one that was feeling away when Carlton came to the meeting in the first place. So he like, oh, here you come. Come to find out, you was off for yourself. You wasn't really standing with us. You was for yourself. And he tried to expose Carlton in front of everybody. And Carlton was like, he started... Next thing you know, Carlton just attacked and started punching on him. It took two people to hold Carlton back. He was like, you know what? I suffer from panic attacks. I have anxiety. I'm on meds because of it. That's just what it is. When he didn't hear from that girl, he deleted her number. Well, he deleted the text thread out of his phone. I'm surprised she didn't reach out. But Lisa went, and she was like, you know what? You did win, though. You won that fight, though. So that was funny. And I'm like, I wonder if Carlton and Lisa are going to, like, have something spark back up. Lisa can't keep it out the family. Like, I know ain't that many black boys in the school, but come on, Lisa. Come on now, We can't go back with Carlton, and we're not going back with Will because he over there got his eyes on this little huzzy Jackie over there. But and what did I miss? Ashley, she feeling like everything's her fault. Poor baby, but it's not. It's like, girl, keep going with your protest. Museu's gonna come back. Hilary, she was trying to get that spiked peach deal, but her and her frenemy, like Karushi, I forgot the girl's name, the character's name, but they just not seeing eye to eye. She like, I'm missing out on these deals for the house. I'm about to go behind her back and do it. But in the meantime, she like, look, Jazz, you know my parents. I want to meet yours. And I did taste spiked peach, and it is pretty good. So I would recommend. And if y'all want to give me a sponsor, holla at me. But so she was like, okay, I want to meet him. But he was hesitant at first. And she like, well, why you acting like that? And he was like, well, it's just we just different. So come to find out they Muslim. She come in there with Muslim garb on, and she, next thing you know, she like, because at first it was like, okay, his mom's like, she's perfect. Like, she greeted us. But instead of just leaving it there and just letting the conversation flow, she like let them know, like, I studied everything. Like she was trying to pass a test. And it's like, okay, now you're doing too much. That's not giving authentic nor natural. So yeah, she ended up making a bad impression because she was trying too hard. You gotta let stuff just naturally flow. They gonna like you. They gonna like you. Their son like you, so if they gonna like you, that's what it's gonna be. But I mean, he already posted her on his social media and everything, so he's in it. She's the one that's like, holding back, don't want to go public and whatnot. But I do like them together. I hope she does go public with them. I like them. I love me some Coco Jones. That's my fellow tall sis. Usually I wouldn't do no shorter man, but it's a couple that I can get behind, okay? But I'm hoping everything works out with Will in this deal, especially since he's off the school team. I'm glad that mental health was touched on because Will was saying the next day after the fight that everybody was in a group chat that Carlton's not in, talking about mental health issues, and they want to start having mental health checkups and things like that. So that was a really good thing. So there's always a light at the end of the tunnel with these situations. I hope that Carlton doesn't end up getting on more meds, because people get hooked on that stuff, can't get off. It affects their body in different ways, their liver, everything. So get the help you need for as long as you need it, and then hopefully you don't need, to rely on it anymore. You can just go on and wean yourself off, which is what he's trying to do. But I did enjoy the episode. I'm liking the season so far. Not as drama filled as last season. I feel like it's the build up to get there. Like we got to slowly build the storyline up, but then we're going to get to, the meat and the potatoes once we get deeper into the season. So y'all let me know, are y'all watching Bel-Air? If so, you want me to give, a more thorough review, I will. Drop down in the comments. Be sure to like the video so I know you stopped by. And please don't hesitate to subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.